Commerce trying to cut into a 9-point UNO lead. That was 13 within the last minute. The free throw up by Alonzo Dodd is in. 6 points for him, and the Privateers will put it in the hands of Jordan Johnson. 15 points in the second half, 25 in the game. He has it dribbling near side. Looking for Jackson to post up, not able to find position. Instead, they reverse it. Vincent down low to Jackson, and 3 different Lions swarm him, and 1 called for the foul. They had Jackson pretty much cornered, but a little too aggressive on the low block. Garrett just leaning in on him, and then the swipe from behind. Looked like Lewis might have had a block, but Garrett called for his third person. Jackson sinks the free throw. Jackson just happy not to be in foul trouble at this point in the second half. Just 2 fouls for him. Able to make both free throws. 8 points and 6 boards for the senior. A second-team preseason all-conference selection. UNO up 10. Jerome Brewer with a touch of it. Now Dodd, perimeter right. The screen from Garrett. The bounce pass to Brewer, who stops on the baseline. Back to Garrett outside the paint. He'll try to back down Jackson, who flopped. Play on. Garrett misses the layup. Brewer cleans up the mess. Easy layup. 9 points for Jerome Brewer. And Jackson there trying to draw the charge. And the official's not buying it. We'll get another mop up on aisle 5 to make sure the floor is safe before we play on. Privateers have outscored the Lions by 4 in the half, thanks to 63% shooting and 50% overall in the game. A&M Commerce up to 47% now since the break, 43% overall. And after the rough start at the free throw line, they haven't missed in a while. A&M Commerce making 11 straight. They've gotten to the stripe a little bit more than New Orleans. Privateers 5 of 5 in the half at the line and 14 of 18 overall. The inbound will go to Jones, who will bring it up only briefly before bouncing it to Johnson. Short, down low, and hey, they were trying to screen Jackson there. Good recovery by Garrett to knock it away out of bounds. Trying to create a little bit of interference off the ball to allow Jackson to find low post position. Trying to find some balance to this perimeter-oriented attack. Vincent on the baseline, able to chase down the deflection. Was looking for Short. 7 on the shot clock, as he'll bring it back out. Johnson's a good bailout plan. He'll lean in and have it blocked by Brewer, and a late foul is called. Jared von Rosenberg's in shock. The foul called on the landing after a clean block by Brewer. Would have been his 5th rejection. And the abuse sometimes physically that the undersized Johnson will take. Sometimes the calls balance out his way like that one. 7 of 9 already at the line today. Hits the first. 4 points away from his 4th 30-plus point game as a Privateer. And gets the shooter's roll. Yeah, 29 and 32 in back-to-back conference tournament games for the Privateers last March as they made a run to the semifinals. And another illegal screen by Garrett will be his 4th foul. Second time he's thrown out his backside or a chicken wing or something and fouled Johnson. And that's a starter who will have to leave at the 10:33 mark. Carlos Hart also has 4 fouls for New Orleans. And Ugo Kazi will come back in. Brewer also getting a break. Or is it Brewer who's out there? Let's see. It is Brewer. Pardon me. Okazi still on the Commerce bench. 10:30 to go, 67-57, New Orleans. Johnson, crossover dribble, pull up, contested Jay at the free throw line. No, Reeves with the rebound. Johnson will slow down Williams in the backcourt. He'll go cross court with the pass to Dodd. Back to Williams on the scoop. Near side on the baseline, coming back, spinning in, finding space, won't go. Gets it back though, can't finish on the follow. And Jackson bumps him off to pass it off. Jordan Johnson, drawing extra attention, will kick to the wing and get it back from Vincent. Williams has to be careful. Should be Lewis, who's playing with three personals, guarding Johnson for the moment. Dodd on short, now a steal by Williams, stepping in front of Jackson, fouled in transition. And we'll see if that's called in the act of shooting. As Williams, after the theft, was trying for the extra stride, and he does get himself 2 free throws on the 4th New Orleans team foul, and the 3rd personal on short. Williams, who had a flurry late in the half for his only points 5, misses the foul shot. That breaks the streak there for A&M Commerce. Short will leave, and Jenkins returns for UNO. Williams able to split the trip, 67-58. Lewis out and Phelps back in as Commerce again trying to find different lineup combinations and keep the pressure on New Orleans. Jenkins relieving Johnson of ball handling duties for the moment, brings it across with 9:30 remaining. Johnson, though, coming back to try to help him out. Phelps trying to deny that. Vincent between the circles, now finally Johnson. Brewer versus Jackson. Baseline left, Jackson backs down, spins to his left, line drive won't go. Rebound Jones, who falls and then loses it. And a dive on the floor after the fact, and we have a whistle. Hustle points, floor burns again for Jones, and the foul will go against New Orleans. Team fouls now even at 6, as Jackson wound up falling on top of, in that case, Reeves, after he dove for the loose ball. We've had a lot of needs to mop up the floor in the second half. That's a sign, as much as anything, you're in conference play. Sacrificing the body for the cause. So to protect Jackson with the 3rd foul, may have jinxed it, right? He wasn't having a foul issue. Called for his 3rd there, and they want to be careful with 9:11 to go. Uguakazi returns now for Commerce during the dead ball. This time it is Brewer to get a break. Tommy Lewis with 18. Jimmy with 15 so far. Get that straight. Out of bounds scoring otherwise, including Dodd, who stops for 3 and doesn't get the bounce. Out of bounds, last touch by New Orleans. 8 different Lions with anywhere from 9 to 4 points to complement Lewis. They're down 9, trying to stage another comeback in this half. The Lions have never led. Reeves dumps it back. Phelps, the fake, the spin, the fade away. And the rebound secured off back rim by Vincent. His 8th board. Johnson going to work on Dodd. May have been foul play on. Doesn't matter. Scoop off the window. Johnson didn't let that affect him. 29 points for the star New Orleans guard. And back to a double-digit advantage for UNO. 8:20 to go. Reeves pulls up for 3. Brick. Dodd tries to save it, and does. Actually, it's Abdul Mateen. Phelps out the Dodd, top of the key. Floater in the paint is gorgeous. 8 points for Dodd on his 3rd field goal. Under 8 remaining. Jenkins fighting for the loose ball, called for the over the back as it went off of him. Phelps creating the 12th Privateer turnover. As we take a break with 7:55 to go, a long way to go indeed. New Orleans and A&M Commerce battling for their first conference wins, and it's the homestanding Privateers up 69-60 on ESPN+.
Watch this.
A finish in the paint from 10. And the biggest battle for Johnson might be fatigue at this point. Also has 5 assists and 4 steals. One of the best players in mid-major basketball. Short on the bounce. Jump stop, layup. The freshman finding a seam. And big time for his first bucket in a while, and 8 points so far. 71-62 UNO. A&M Commerce, it's a team that's normally deliberate in the half court. They've sped up a bit after the slow start today, and Dodd creates an open jumper, but Abdul Mateen misses the 3. And Short will walk to the other end to shoot the 1-and-1. 7th team foul on the Lions after the rebound. Dodd, second personal. Actually, correction, his first foul. And the type of contributions UNO needed from players like Short and Jones, freshman and sophomore respectively, getting the starts today, they've got. Career high 11 for Jones already, with 7 rebounds, and Short misses the front end of the run-and-1. Easy rebound for Brewer. He's got 9. That's points with 6 boards and 4 blocks, but hasn't been the scorer he was on Saturday against McNeese. Sets the screen here for Williams, doesn't help. Now Lewis with it. Space for 3, hits it. Third 3 ball for Tommy Lewis. 18 points and counting. And it's a 6-point game with 6:24 and counting. Jones from the corner. Jackson wanting it over the top. Finally gets the pass his way, but it's short. Ubukazi with the steal. Up ahead, Phelps for 3. Way off target. Picked up by Johnson in New Orleans. And that's part of that live by the 3. Sometimes you die by it. Commerce is 7 of 21 from behind the arc today. Johnson down low to Vincent, who dribbles out of trouble. Finding Jones, who stripped from behind. Picked up by Lewis. On the break, Ubukazi is blocked. Credited to Short. Now a chance to run for New Orleans. Jones to the line. Draws the block. Went at Phelps. Vincent with his 9th rebound. It's so important that the 6'4" guard, when they play small, can rebound like that and helped initiate the break. As Phelps commits his 3rd personal. And if you're UNO, you'd love your defense and your rebounding, which has been a strength today, outboarding the Lions 40-27 to create some easier opportunities in transition. Played in every game as a Privateer, his 2nd collegiate season. Had a season-high 5 assists against Southeastern on Saturday. He knows his role and he plays it well. He lets the game come to him and he makes an impact on both ends. One more foul shot coming. Adding to that career high, and buries it. 1 of 3 Privateers in double figure scoring so far. 73-65 UNO. A&M Commerce with Phelps across the timeline with it. Now Williams against Johnson, double team, back to an open read, straight away 3, a brick. Follow rebound leads to a foul as Johnson thought he had poked it away from Williams, who was down low, poised in the air for the putback. Second personal on Johnson. It's the 6th team foul on the Privateers. Right place, right time, Williams crashing the boards and hits the first free throw. One more to come as he looks for point number 7. Dodd back in there for the Lions in place of Phelps. Williams has it rim out, and it's a double-double for Vincent. 15 points, 10 rebounds already. Johnson, he could go over 30 with his next point. Instead, he finds another dime, the reverse layup to Jones. Jordan Johnson getting it done. Mason Jones with 15 points. The Privateers have had answers every time Commerce has chipped into the lead in this half. Reeves over to Dodd, back to Reeves, down low eventually to Brewer, who's open for the layup. It got there late, but just in time. Brewer now with 11 points. And that stoppage, because of 2 Privateers going to the floor, gives the Lions a chance here to set up their defense in the full court. They haven't really produced turnovers out of that when they've done it, though. 4:35 remaining, New Orleans 75, A&M Commerce 68. 3 close games so far for these 2 programs since A&M Commerce came up to D1 and joined the Southland last year. You know, the foot mop is sometimes the most effective, but it takes a little longer. Steve Orkus, the official, finally satisfied, and Short will work it in. Vincent finding Jordan Johnson will bring it across the timeline. Johnson trying to lead his team to victory. On the switch, goes against Brewer, down deep, passes out. Gets it back in front of his own bench, far side. Jackson was working hard down low, and Johnson so patient drawing the foul as he pulled up and had a defender leave his feet. The patience rewarded there. The foul on Williams is first. 9th team foul on A&M Commerce, so UNO will wind up shooting 2 the rest of the way. Johnson, 9 of 11 from the line. Now has 30 points. He can match his season high of 31 with this one. Averages 34 minutes a game. He's already played 34 in this one. And doesn't show any signs of slowing down. 31 points and counting. And UNO up 9. Nearing the 4-minute mark. Williams against Johnson draws the foul. The 3rd personal on Jordan Johnson. And a 1-on-1 chance for the Lions with 4:03 remaining. Williams just 1 of 7 from the field. 5 of 7 from the line. Make it 6 of 8 as he earns the back end. New Orleans has hit 5 of their last 6 from the floor. And 3 of their last 4 from deep. Vincent and Johnson with 3-pointers in the second half. Both free throws in. Back to a 7-point game. Dodd tried to turn it over, and it's called off of Mason Jones. And UNO will protest that one to be sure. But the call will stand, and a big turnover in the backcourt created by the Lions. Dodd made it happen. Now he'll work it in. And we'll throw it to half court to Reeves. Reeves with Jackson guarding him outside of the arc. Gave it up. Thought about attacking on the dribble. Now Dodd over the shoulder to Reeves for 3. And bang! It's a 4-point game. Big sequence here for A&M Commerce. A quick 5-0 run in 30 seconds. 3:40 to go. Johnson will come across the timeline with it. Jackson trying to set a screen, and it's a turnover. Rolling in the backcourt. Williams able to control it, couldn't score with it, and now loses it. He'll dive to keep it alive, save it to Dodd. Dodd lobbing to Brewer, layup. The hustle, a 2-point game, and UNO will call timeout with 3:20 to go. Bodies. Dodd the dime, the lay-in for Brewer, who has 13 points. And we'll take the break as well. 77-75 UNO on ESPN Plus.
At the University of New
largest casino resort.
I don't diss, I don't say nothing. I go switch, that's the main one. I stay with no A1. Tell the chef, I said thanks. Tell I'm in the bank. Tell my mom I'm living good. Tell my kids don't stress a thing. I go back.
Crunch time in New Orleans inside Lakefront Arena. The homestanding Privateers led by 13 with 12.5 minutes to go. A&M Commerce simply wouldn't go away. They're on a 7-0 run over the last 57 seconds, and just like that, it's a one-possession game. Lions getting it done with defense and hustle lately. And New Orleans, feeling the pressure now, will have to respond and deal with some more full-court pressure. They'll go with the 5 that have performed the best together so far. Jackson, the only big man, short to inbound. Jordan Johnson takes it. The man that the Privateers want to have the basketball with 31 points today so far. 2 high screeners up top, and Brewer comes off to try to double him. Johnson dribbles through 3, falling down, able to save it to Jones, who draws the foul. Johnson had to get through a lot there to keep possession of it and find an open teammate. With Brewer on his hip, then more help off the ball from Lewis, it finds its way, the basketball does, to Jones. He's played so well today. And he's 5 of 6 from the free throw line. We may have as much condensation on those mops as the rain we're hearing about outside that led this game to be moved up from a 6:30 Central Time start. We tipped off at a little after 1 today. Privateers were the ones coming out of the gates on their home floor early. A&M Commerce worked their way back into the game. UNO shooting 2 in the double bonus. First one good. Jones is a physical guard. He was a well-developed player. Usually you have to get guys in strength and conditioning to get them ready for Division I basketball, but Jones came ready-made last year at Rice. And quickly has earned himself minutes at UNO. Big free throws to make it 79-75. Williams able to pick it back up in the front court. Now getting some space between the circles with movement off the ball. Tommy Lewis with a team-high 18 has it now. Will go at Vincent on the bounce. Pull it up, throw it out. Jones a near steal, chased down by Williams. Shot clock at 7. Williams to the hole, lays it in. Got past Jones and then finally Johnson for the bucket. 11 points for Williams. Third line in double figures. 2-point game again with under 2:30 remaining. Johnson once again sees an extra defender fly at him. Jones in the corner out to Jackson. Jackson will drive, and he's fouled. Before the shot, but it doesn't matter. The 6'9" big man will shoot 2. And that's the thing that you can take advantage of if you move the ball. New Orleans knowing Johnson's going to see extra attention. And Jackson good enough to put it on the floor in situations like that. 2 of 3 at the stripe today. Short, though, on that one. They haven't gotten it down low to Jackson as much as they've wanted it to. 8th point by hitting the second. 80-77. UNO leads it. We've had 2 ties in the game. A&M Commerce has never had the lead. Williams. Jones in front of him. The screen from Reeves. Jackson helps out. Back to Reeves. The pick and pop 3 goes in. Lewis getting away with several bumps, and finally the foul is called. Short keeping his composure, getting knocked around there. And it's the 4th personal on Lewis. Without Johnson having the basketball, I think that was just a case of the senior Lewis trying to make the freshman prove he could handle the pressure, and he did handle it. Now can he handle the pressure at the line, where he's 0 of 1 today? And he buries the first. 7th point for Short. Had 18 points and an excellent performance on the road at San Jose State. And misses the second. 1-point game as Brewer clears it. Can the Lions take the lead for the first time, or will the Privateers get a big stop? Here is Lewis, perimeter right, lefty dribble. Will force it up. Will not get it to go. Kept alive and rebounded by Jones, who's tied up. No, they don't call the whistle, and it's a layup and a lead for Lewis. 20 points as they strip Jones. Unbelievable. Thought for sure we were going to get the whistle and the tie ball. Instead, it's 82-81 Lions. 1:08 to go. Johnson to try to get the lead back, and one! Unbelievable over-the-shoulder shot, high off the glass. Jordan Johnson is unbelievable. The 3rd foul on Brewer, the contact, and yet the touch. What great players do. 33 for Johnson. And he'll try to put UNO back up 2 with 1:05 left. What can you say about Jordan Johnson? People who think he's just a shooter after making 93 three-pointers last year and shooting 49% on them to lead the country. But he's not a great shooter. Well, he is, but he's a great scorer. No doubt about that if you watched him today. Free throw with the roll. 34 for Johnson. 2nd best scoring day for him in his major college career. Inside a minute to go. Tries to come up with the steal, Johnson. Dodd able to control it. Over to Williams for 3. Won't go. Rebound, Vincent. And the right guy, if you're New Orleans, gets fouled. Vincent finding Johnson right away. Williams forcing up that line drive 3. And UNO comes up with the big defensive rebound. If the Privateers hold on to win today, the fact that they were able to win on the glass, the reason why is Jordan Johnson, our Jersey Mike's sub-above player of the game. Is there any doubt? 10 of 19 shooting. Most of that work done off the dribble in the lane. It's 2 of 5 from deep. 12 of 14 from the line, and he's going to have the bruises to prove that he had to earn it the old-fashioned way. Plenty of acrobatic finishes in and around the lane. Over and over again when UNO needed a bucket, he's come up with it. Multiple defenders doesn't matter, and oh yeah, he can still step back and hit big 3-point. 6 assists, too. And he's had seconds of rest in this game so far. And yet he seems to still have the energy to make it happen for these Privateers. Got to give a shout out to Jay Smith, former New Orleans assistant, who helped bring Johnson to town. Now, Smith is on the staff at Texas State. The man from Louisiana will help New Orleans secure this excellent score from Memphis. Who looks for his 35th point and has it. Not a big crowd in here because of the game time change, the terrible weather. But those who did brave the elements have seen vintage Jordan Johnson, who makes it a 4-point Privateer lead with 48 seconds to go. New Orleans will pick up around the half court. Reeves out there with Williams, Abdul Mateen, Lewis, and Brewer. All could pull the trigger from deep. Brewer will on the pass back and hit the three from 23. A 1-point game, and now A&M Commerce doesn't want to foul. They want to stop. About 10 seconds between shot and game clock. Extra defender flies at Johnson. He gives it up to Jones. Johnson comes near side to get it back. 15 to shoot, 25 seconds to go. 1-point Privateer lead. Two defenders coming at him. Passes off. Jackson from the mid-range short. Rebound to Brewer. Brewer has it stripped away. And a foul. Looked like Commerce was off to the races. The hustle by Jackson. Big smile for him. Getting helped up by Jones. Jackson missed the shot but may have saved the day. Is that long rebound, Brewer taking off and Jackson able to knock it away from him. Second personal on Abdul Mateen. And Josh Short, the freshman, is 1 of 3 at the line. Facing 2 clutch free throws. And having to stand around a bit as, again, we have to take a little extra time to wipe the floor dry. The 6'3", 180-pounder out of Farmville Central in North Carolina. Now a timeout is called. With 11.6 seconds to go. A&M Commerce didn't lead till going up 82-81 with 1:18 remaining. Privateers up by a point now, and Josh Short can add to it. New Orleans has 2 timeouts if they need them, and A&M Commerce now down to 1. And if the arrow comes into play, it's pointing the way of the visitors from Texas. UNO with 18 fouls, meaning if they were to foul on the floor, A&M Commerce would face a 1-and-1. UNO's been in the double bonus for a while. Jordan Johnson with 36 points. Mason Jones with a career-high 17, and Turk Vincent the double-double, 15 points, 11 rebounds. Tommy Lewis with 20 to pace A&M Commerce. 16 for Brewer, who hit the big 3 a moment ago. Kalen Williams with 11. DJ Reeves quietly with 3 balls. Seen a lot of the pick and pop from him. Has 13 off the A&M Commerce bench. 10 of 26 now, A&M Commerce from 3. So even if Short hits both free throws, they're certainly capable of tying it in a situation like that. But Short has to do that first. Privateers of 27 of 34. 79% from the line today. And UNO, a really good free throw shooting team on the season at 74, has shown it so far today. But these are the biggest of the game. Short after the timeout. First one is up. And Short, front of the rim. Trying to at least make it a 2-point game here. Deep knee bend by the freshman. And nestles at home. 87-85. Again, 11.5 and running now. Williams with a running start from the backcourt. Will try to hand it off to Lewis. Lewis to the hole. Finger roll won't go. Rebound Vincent. He's fouled with .9 to go. Lewis can't believe it. He got right to the rim and went soft instead of hard with the scoop and didn't get it to go down. And his head down in the backcourt. Vincent with another rebound. Make it a dozen. And the officials will check the monitor to check the time. Currently .9 to go. Brewer committing his 4th foul after the fact. And the miss. We'll see if they add more time on, and that could be critical unless Vincent hits both free throws to put it away. just what they wanted. Best scorer for the Lions today. And not able to get it to go in around the rim. And you see there the decision to only ever so slightly modify the clock. 1/10 of a second added, exactly 1 second remaining. And if you're Vincent, maybe not the worst thing in the world would be, if you're going to miss one, you want it to be the second one. But better yet, for the Privateers, make them both and end it. He's 2 for 2 from the line today. UNO's third leading scorer hits the first. Came in at 68%. The local product in his third season with the program. Can ice it. And cannot, but they have to shoot from the backcourt. Reeves will not get it there. And the New Orleans Privateers even their record in the league at 1-1. They had to earn